Aye. Minutes are adopted. Item number 1, Counselor Howard, approval of disbursement from District 2 Improvement Funds, Coffee with a Cop, $292.90.
Yeah, not bad. I thought the damage would have been more. But, yep, so this was
Yeah,
our
where are you buying coffee?
That's pretty,
Starbucks.
that's really good.
So this is the Coffee with a Cop, yep, so just need to pay that bill. It was a nice event with our officers and the sheriff's department.
Cool. Any questions, comments? Motion?
Second,
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item number 2, Councilman Lanier, approval of disbursement District 7 funds, Mount Pilgrim Outreach Program. Does anybody,
Just make a motion to approve.
okay, is there a
okay,
second?
second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye. But that was vetted, I mean, that's been vetted, Carly, right, so we're good.
Yeah.
I think he's done
We've
it.
done it before.
We've done that, I think we've given money to that before.
We did last year.
Yeah.
Item number 3, also Councilman Lanier, District 7 Improvement Fund, Central High School Football Team,
Motion.
$2,500. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item is approved. Number 4, authorization to accept donation from Pi Kappa Alpha Fraternity for Tuscaloosa Fire and Rescue. Ms. Standers.
Yes, good afternoon, Council. This is a request to accept a $16,000 monetary donation from Pi Kappa Alpha Fraternity. They held a philanthropy event and collected $16,000 and are wanting to send that to us to aid in special team equipment for TFR.
Chief, tell us about it. How you getting fraternities to cough up 16 grand for equipment?
This was actually in the works before I came in. They
Bad
had
move.
they had
Just go. Can't tell you all involved, sir.
You're not very politically, I'm sorry, I
Go
didn't ask
ahead.
permission.
Go ahead,
I
kid.
like the honesty.
They had
too.
the,
All right.
they had the
You didn't
equipment.
have to
Don't let them
learn.
corrupt you, chief.
They had the event planned, so the guys from Station 2 went out. They had a grill out, kind of a parents' weekend,
It's cool.
and I think a lot of their chapters all over the nation pick certain first responder agencies out and do this. This is the first time that they have done something like this and just decided to get us involved.
And have y'all had a cookout or something? You said the
They
I
have.
mean, they know we appreciate it.
Yes, sir, absolutely. They came, we took pictures. They're on our Facebook page, Tuscaloosa Fire and Rescue, and I can provide those to you too.
Cool.
When we accepted the check and they got, I think they wanted that for their agency too, just to make sure that they could show Pi Kappa Alpha that they had done some good work in the community and worked with us.
That really is a good deal.
Yep.
Okay, is there a motion or any
Motion.
comments?
Second,
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, item is approved. Ms. Standridge, general fund budget revision number 2.
Yes, sir. This budget revision is actually in 2 parts. The first part being recognition of that $16,000 donation and then increasing Tuscaloosa Fire Rescue's equipment line item for that specialty team equipment purchases that they plan to make. The second piece of the budget revision is we were awarded the recycling grant from the Alabama Department of Environmental Management in the amount of $107,420, and so we would like to recognize the revenue item for that, and then also to increase the expense line for that same ADM recycling grant that Mr. Megg's department handles.
Okay. Congrats. Any questions, comments?
Motion.
second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, budget revision is approved. Item number 6. General fund reserved for budget improvements, budget revision number 2. Just same thing or what?
No, so this is the RFFI. So this will be something different. It's just this, we've been doing 1s and 2s since we're in the new fiscal year. This budget revision also comes in 2 parts. The first part is closeout of certain projects that are over and have a little bit of change left over in their budgets. We are proposing to close out the listed items on in the attachment for the agenda packet. One of the largest items in there is closing out Carlton Park's drainage piece, and then the Athlink Place storm drainage. We are putting $205,000 back into contingency, and then we are also creating a project line for McWright's Ferry Road to be able to pay for the plaque and pedestal on the pedestrian bridge.
Okay.
The second piece of this budget revision is we were awarded, so we have a contract with AlDOT to do some fiber relocation for the Woolsey-Fennell Bridge project. We need to relocate some of our infrastructure in that area, and they are fully reimbursing us for the cost. That is going to be $260,521, so we were just recognizing the grant from AlDOT, and then the product expenses on the second line. So all of these are zero net impact.
Okay. Any questions or comments? Is there a motion?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Items approved. Item number 7, Mayor Maddox, Carmen Standridge, Mr. Gardner.
Yes, sir. And I appreciate the council entertaining this. I sent you an email, I want to say Thursday or Friday, that had some details in it. And so let me go ahead and talk a little bit from that to give you an overview of why we're recommending this to the Finance Committee. And then certainly Mr. Gardner and Ms. Standridge will be able to provide you additional details. So about 2 years ago, when the Woolsey-Fennell Bridge was announced, not only was it going to be a new bridge across Black Warrior River at 82, but it was also going to impact access to Julia Tutwiler Lane. From there was discussions among this council, and then this council and staff, and then staff with surrounding property owners about continuing the access from 82 to Julia Tutwiler. Thanks to Mike Gardner and Bill Butler and our entire OCE team, they spent 7 to 8 months working primarily with the school system, property owners, and AlDOT to come up with a plan of access on 80, maintaining an access on 82 into Julia Tutwiler Drive. It's going to have to be a reconfiguration, but it's certainly something that can be accomplished. This council, back in a few months ago, approved my recommendation to commence engineering for this project, and you hired Duncan Coker to be the engineer on this project. The goal was to put the funding for construction either in the fiscal 26 capital or fiscal 27 capital. We're waiting on AlDOT's timing. We can't necessarily build the access until AlDOT does its work. And so it's a little bit of a timing, a little dance we're having to do with AlDOT. So, in the meantime, A-Trip has offered a new grant window. And we have an opportunity, and I'll let Carly and Mike, or Ms. Standridge and Mr. Gardner, talk about why they believe this A-Trip grant is something we should pursue. But we feel like this project would fit nicely with the A-Trip grant to accomplish Julia Tutwiler, plus reduce a significant amount of city investment. Now here's the problem. The problem is that we haven't budgeted. Well, the only thing we've budgeted is the engineering costs. We have not budgeted any construction cost because of that timing issue that we were talking about earlier. And so what we're asking permission from the council is to allow us to go ahead and apply for this grant, knowing that whether it's in 26 or 27, we will apply the grant match at that time. So I'm probably have been as confusing as I can be, but hopefully it sets up the uniqueness of this. Normally we would come to you, Mr. Busby, and the council and say, grant, here's the money, here's the match money. This is not the case because of timing. So I wanted to give that overview, and now I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Standridge and Mr. Gardner, who may need to correct me or add more details and help clarify any questions that the council may have.
Can I ask a quick question? How much, Carly, is the potential for the grant?
So
What do we think this could cost?
So the grant maximum is $2 million. And currently, the estimated construction cost is $3.4 million, just over $3.4 million. So we are anticipating about another $1.5 million that the grant maximum will not cover. Now, I will say that the grant is a no-match grant. So we're not required to put up money for that $2 million. However, because the project scope already, the cost for the scope already goes over the grant maximum, we know we'll have to put some amount of city funding into it. But I'll let Mr. Gardner talk about what that scope really entails if you want to.
So we don't have any imagery on this one, do we? Okay. So the scope of the project here is, as the mayor alluded, months of work with AlDOT. Some of our local ownership was in, developers were involved, but we were able to successfully get AlDOT to agree to give us an exit off of the new McFarland improvements onto Julia Tutwiler. Initially, it was going to be cut off in both directions. You couldn't get onto Julia Tutwiler. You couldn't get onto McFarland from Julia Tutwiler.
So you had to go to University Boulevard or to?
Or Campus Drive.
Campus
That's
Drive.
right. Yes, sir. That was the only way you're going to get to the school or Pop Stroke or the hotel, the restaurant, the things that are in that area. And we've got a lot of opportunity with undeveloped property there. Kind of shorten the story a little bit. We were successful in getting an exit. We can now exit off of McFarland onto Julia Tutwiler. The location doesn't align. That's what got us working with the city school board on, we're going to need to use part of their property to create the geometry for the exit, a roundabout, and then also reconfigure part of the school's campus to segregate bus traffic and parent drop-off. And that's ultimately where we've landed. Along with some improvements on Campus Drive for some turn lanes, the bulk of this construction cost is creating a roundabout and connectivity back to Julia Tutwiler and integrating it into the school property.
AlDOT, understandably, they will not do this as part of their 82 project, but they did agree, and we appreciate this, to say if you want to fund it, then you can do it, and we'll provide you the access. Now with this grant opportunity, I think it's something for us to pursue. 3.3 million, 3.5 million is a large capital project. We're going to do it. We've made that pledge. We've committed to it as a council. Even though we don't have the upcoming funding committed to it, it will be in one of the surplus transfers, either in 26 or 27. So we would like your permission to go ahead and move forward with this. But we felt like with the timing sequence, we want you to have the full picture of our strategy and why we're making this request.
Carly, what's the timing of finding out about the grant?
Sure.
When should we know?
Well, because AlDOT has not done an A-Trip 2 window for a while, and knowing that I'm not sure if they have any federal shutdown concerns, I really hate to speculate, but in the past, A-Trip funding has been decided fairly quickly within 3 months.
What's the application deadline? Do we know that yet?
It's the 5th of November.
Okay. So probably you could know by the year end if you could.
We could. We could. I mean, it's usually, first quarter of
next year.
Next year is what I'm really anticipating. I will tell you again, since it's a no match grant, one of the thought processes that we've had is that we will not need to have our amount budgeted and committed to be able to accept the grant. If we are awarded the $2 million, we don't have to have our budget for the additional amount set to be able to accept the grant. And there is a 2-year window from award date to obligation date, which means that we'll have basically 2 years to complete all of the final design work to be able to budget for, and then and do the bid process for construction. So I think if we were to be awarded this, the timing would line up to continue the steps for this grant to be used for this project.
It sounds like a good deal.
Do what?
I said that sounds like a pretty good deal.
Do we have a picture of where this road's going?
I know it's been a while. I mean, you authorized the design about 90 days ago. We'd have to pull it up in projects.
We've got a paper copy here we can gladly share, but we don't have
Kind of in
one.
front of the the hotel and kind of
There's two-
came across
two
to the
circles.
school.
Yeah.
Show me where we-
Because
I'm sure it'll work out.
I don't think,
Looks kind of complicated, yeah.
And while Mr. Busby's looking at that, I can't thank Dr. Daria and the school system enough. They really have worked very well with us. This creates a little bit, not, in the long run, it's gonna benefit them too, but certainly to disrupt the comfort of today for the promise of tomorrow is not always easy, and I appreciate them working with us.
If the Board of Education is listening, I hope we get someone in the future that is cooperative, as Mike Garrett
I hope
is.
so too.
Essentially accommodates reconfiguring, separating the access improvements of the site as well.
Thank you. Thank you, that was. So, possible rough order of magnitude, 3.3-ish, 2 in A-trip money, another no match, but we round out the cost, maybe 26, maybe 27. But we don't have to have the money available to be awarded the bid. I don't,
Until we bid the construction, we don't, because we don't
until
have
we
to, we don't
bid
have
the
to have it.
construction.
We do not have to have the budget set aside and to be able to accept the grant. We do have to have the budget set aside to be able to award bid contract.
And again, underscore what Carly said, one of the great things about this grant is we don't have to have, if we're awarded, we have 2 years to obligate the money. That gives us the flexibility of AlDOT's schedule on the Woolsey-Fennell Bridge project. Because, and again, Mr. Gardner may want to speak to this. He will do a much better job than I will. It's not only when they begin the bridge project, it's aligning when they do the lanes. We want to be in complete construction sequence with AlDOT for a couple of reasons. One, I mean, just logistically it makes sense. But two is bid pricing. If you can go to bids while you also have companies that are out there already, it just makes sense that that's a better time to sequence your construction timetable.
Okay. Any questions or comments? So this budget revision is allowing up to,
There's no budget revision. This is just request
This
to
is- okay.
apply.
This is just, you get the authorization to get the mayor to execute the
all
agreement.
right,
We're up to 2 million.
okay. Any questions or comments? Is there a motion?
Motion.
second,
All in favor say aye. Aye. Item is approved. Okay, any other business to be brought before finance? Not, is there a motion that we adjourn?
Motion.
second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.